Very good win. Thought Citadel did a very nice job in the game. We knew that's a difficult stuff to play against their offense, and they nickel and dimed us in the first half and kept field position and ate some clock. We were extremely efficient on offense, had it 4 times, scored 4 touchdowns. Defense, I thought, did a really nice job. The second half coming out with the ones and shutting them down, getting the ball back. Offensively moved it again. We only had 8 possessions on the day and scored 7 of them. It was disappointing. We had 2 drop touchdowns that we should have put away down there, but again, didn't get the ball much. When you play those kind of offenses, that's what can happen. But again, second half, our defense I thought did a nice job. First half didn't do a bad job. There's a lot to play in all those teams, and we all know that. But it shortens the game. But good win. Got to evaluate our injuries and see who's banged up. We had a couple guys go out in the game, got cut, and look at some injuries there. But overall, again, didn't turn the football over on offense very good. Was very efficient in the red zone, especially early, good on third down. And what we did, except for a couple drops, that was very critical, but that's how you don't get many possessions. That can be big. Threw the ball very efficiently, ran the ball much better. Some of our young players got in the game. I was very pleased, offensively, defensively, special teams. Special teams I was pleased with. Roberto kicked the ball much better. Took that out of it. Had the 1 punt, which was just okay. We got to keep working there. Again, I think it was a 40-yard punt, but still not as good as we need to be. But we'll keep getting better. Happy with some of the young players' development. Got an off week. Hopefully we can get healthy and develop and just keep getting better. And got a chance to have a good football team.
Coach, you have 3 defensive linemen go down. How much of an effect, though? Does that worry you?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you guys, I don't know how bad their injuries are. I mean, that's when you play these kind of teams. They're constantly cutting those knees and ankles, and we got to see where we're at injury-wise. But that's, there's nothing illegal about it. That's just football. Good. I mean, he's learning to be more consistent, learning all the pass pro stuff, and learning to, like I said early in the game, I was on him even when he scored. I wanted him to, certain times, at second one, we don't need a big play. You got to learn to stick it up in there and get some runs. But I thought as the game went on, for his first time out there, man, you see the talent, you see the ability. Guy's going to be one heck of a football player, and very pleased with him. And he's got to keep coming for us to go where we're going to go. Him and Mario, and I thought Mario Pender played well in the game also. Great. He'd been really good. We had a long talk, when his grandmother was ill and they got to go home, and I think he got to make peace with it and say his goodbyes. And I think that's why he handled last week so well, even though he was still grieving. But Carlos is a very strong young man, got a great spiritual background, got a great family. His mom and them are great people, and we try to give him as much support as we can, but he's doing a great job.
Jimbo, you mentioned the type of blocking Steve still has. Do you coach up your defensive lineman different this week to kind of prepare them for how to take on that type of block?
Well, no, you don't play them anymore. No, but you're always, when you're playing those cut blocks, you got to bend, and it's just that's how Georgia Tech and those types of offenses, Navy, that's what they do. And but you got to be able to bend and play your hands, but sometimes they're still going to get there. I mean, it's just the way it is.
From an offensive standpoint, really spread out the ball, and a lot of players saw action.
We did, got a lot of players the ball, and then it was actually the same plays we called a week ago. And like I said, last week, everyone was all worried that we threw Rashad so many balls. But I ask you this, how many times did we throw it in double coverage? Not one time. I mean, they had one-on-one with him, you throw it to your best player. And he was second and third reads a lot last week, and this week, a couple balls he got, he was a second read. We may have called more one routes to him this week than we did a week ago. But coverage dictated and things dictated, and we got balls to other people. So, and our offense, it's not based on, we may call it somewhere, but it doesn't have to go there. Like last week, we probably called 10 balls to Nick, but they only got 3 of them. Now, we misread a couple, but still coverage takes it away. We hit other people. I mean, we don't force the ball, and that's what we got to have is diversity around the board. Guys can catch it and run it, and the quicker those young guys keep developing, the better we're going to be. Same as he did last week. I thought he was really good last week. If we go back and look last week, the backs had 8 catches. Between them, they had 11 between backs and tight ends. So, I mean, I thought he about the same as he did. I mean, it was exactly the same things he did a week ago.
How did you feel about the way Bobo Wilson played in the first game?
Good, except for the fumble on the punt. Put the ball on the ground. I don't like that. But I thought he did some really good. Bobo's got some talent. I mean, he can get vertical. He can run the ball. He's quick with it in his hands. He and Kerman, I thought, had good games today. I was pleased with him. It is. You have to watch the film. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple pass broke downs with our ones. I mean, you know, there were some things in there early that they got through. We're always, but you know, it's the second game. We got to keep getting better and better.
Jimbo, you guys stayed relatively healthy last year. Going into this year, do you kind of at least have the mindset like, you know, chances are we're probably not going to remain as healthy over the course of the season?
When I rub that crystal ball, I can't ever figure it out. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Right now, we got a couple guys banged up to I see now, but you know, that's the thing about football you don't realize. I mean, like ankles and knees like that when they get cut, that's different than hamstrings and things like that. We haven't had many of them. We've had some ankles and hammy. I mean, but the one hammy with PJ. But other than that, you know, we've been pretty healthy. But that's just ball. You just keep your fingers crossed.
Coach, back here in the back of the, you guys are now 2-0. Now you've got 2 weeks to wait for your first ACC opponent. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you?
Well, I mean, with the couple of injuries we had today, I'd say it's a pretty good thing. So we can try to get some guys healthy if we can. But it's not bad. You get to regroup. All right, preseason's over with. You're going into your conference schedule. I think it's, you know, it's very good. You get a big time opponent coming in. Clemson, who's very talented, very well coached. You know, it's one of the premier games in our league every year. And it's, like I say, it's a double whammy game for me. It's a conference game, but it's an interconference. It's an interdivisional game, so it's a big one.